Hey everybody, as promised, today I am doing an interview with a special guest. I'm just waiting for her to log in. Ooh. Oh, hey Miss Carolyn. Let me tell her that I'm on right now. Let me see. Hello, hello. I'm on live now. Hey, boo. I'm trying to wear these. Oh, Miss Merylin is here. Yay. Let's see. Hit that request so you could join me. Hi, love. Hey, one fame. I'm hustling today. Let's see. Hey, Vanessa. Let's see. What's that face? Request. Oh, I have a request too. I need a haircut. Oh, oh, look at the Mecca sisters. Yay. Waiting for Miss Merylin. Hopefully I'm just saying your name right. All right. It said it's waiting for you. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer Dance Company. I think that's what the code stands for. I see you got my. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Miss Carolyn. Yes, I do. Hey, Kiana Dolly TV. It says it's waiting for you. Thank you guys for joining. This is going to be a bomb interview. I've been requesting this lady for a while. Another member of Mecca. I already got Miss Carolyn's interview. I love interviewing these people because they have so much knowledge and I live vicariously through them. Oh, let's see. Let's try again. Go live. All right. Add. Hi, Maria Ikari. I need a do-over. Oh, I got you, sis. We can do a do-over.
Have some patience. I'm here.
Look how, see, now you see why I told you to wear the red?
That's right. We red. Rocking our red lipsticks.
Yes. Now let me tell you about this woman right here. I don't know what it is about you and Carolyn. Like you guys are just so precious and so beautiful. I'm like y'all fans.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thank you
yes,
so much.
just to introduce who she is, Miss Merylin. She is a dancing legend. She is 1/4 of the dancing group Mecca. As you can see,
Correct.
she's a black beauty, black excellence. She danced for some of your hottest artists, such as Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown, LL Cool J. And she's currently a cosmetologist,
Hairstylist, honey.
a
Hairstylist.
hairstylist for Good Morning America. So half of those people that look
Yes.
fly, you got to thank
I
her.
work in news. I work in news and TV entertainment. And I
Yes.
still feel connected to the music world, because so many artists come through. So I feel so blessed that I transitioned from dancing to another passion of mine, which is doing hair. I've been blessed. I mean, I majored in cosmetology in high school. So my school was an academic and a vocational school. So I was able to do like 3 hours of hair and then go on to do my math class and reading and all those things. So thank God that I did that because it set me up for my future.
And it did, because I think a lot of people don't understand, even now, like the importance of having a trade that's going to keep you going. So like for the
Yes.
young people or even people now, it's like, okay, look, you did something years ago, you still did your passion, but you was able to go back to it because you prepared back in the day. So I think that's really important as well.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what they want to do sometimes when they get older. So for me, I just knew that doing hair brought me so much joy. And so I knew that if I was ready to pack up my dancing shoes, that was going to be my next step. And I have to tell you, in my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd be working at Good Morning America and meeting people like Pitbull and Will Smith coming through. And sometimes I don't even say anything because, like, I work with Will Smith. I did
Right.
Arsenio Hall with him, and I did a video with different artists. Sometimes we haven't seen each other in years. So for me, I'm like so shy that I don't even say, "Hey, Will, like, don't you remember me?" I just stay quiet, and if he remembers me, he remembers me. But boy, do I love working at Good Morning America. It's such a great experience, and everyone that works there, they're lovely, and we just have a good time.
How long you been there?
Whew, I would say maybe 4 or 5 years.
Oh, so you
It doesn't even feel like that to me. But yeah, I think I've been there for a couple of years now. I was
and this
freelancing in the beginning, and then they hired me full time like last year.
I'm gonna need for you
Let
to
me
do
lower the
my
music.
hair. My hair is growing.
Wait, let me lower the music because I had intentions of us getting a little dance on before we start the interview. But
Oh,
let me
sorry.
lower the music. We'll do it. We'll do a dance thing at the end when we're done. How about that?
Yes. Now, please don't judge me. I don't have the skills like you do.
Everybody has the skills to dance, honey. When music comes on, you should be able to just move your body and let it do what it do.
It can't do what you do, but it'll do something.
Exactly. Well, I can't do what I used to do anymore because I've had knee surgery. I had a meniscus tear on my knee, on my right knee. So, and I remember as a young dancer, I am not trained. I didn't have any training or had any aspirations to be a big time dancer. But I remember on tour, everyone was stretching, doing their stretching and lifting their legs, and I'm like, "Where's catering? I'm hungry. Where's food?" Like. So for me now, I feel like, oh yeah, now you're paying for it because you didn't listen to the dancers, the trained dancers that knew their thing and knew that you had to stretch before you went on stage and things like that. I didn't do that. I was so skinny and so greedy, and all I wanted to do was eat. So
I
that was
miss
my
being
experience.
skinny. I don't remember the last time I was skinny, but I miss being skinny, whatever time that was.
Skinny. All this quarantine time, I've been watching my home videos of our dancing days, and I couldn't gain weight for the life of me. And I'm about to post today, since it's Friday. I'm gonna post a one of my dance performances on stage with Bobby Brown. You're going to see me no weaves. I didn't have my weave in. I had no body. I was very skinny and no shape. And you're gonna crack up. And now I'm looking at it like, oh, bring me back to that weight, please.
Now, here's the thing about Miss Merylin. I low-key stalk her page because she has so much like throwback photos, and it's like, oh my God, like if I'm like, I never got to live the 90s as an adult, so I'm like, I was Merylin. She just don't know it. Freddietheme, Merylin, see, it was meant to be.
Child, that's what I'm saying. I'm about to put a little snippet together and see if I can shop it to Netflix or something because this makes no sense how much footage I have. Like, look at this. Let me just show you my footage.
Show me.
This is my little ottoman of Whitney. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, that looks beautiful.
Yeah, I love that. But anyway, this is where I sit and look through old tapes. This is all history. History. This is all history. I just need someone to help me convert it and get this thing popping. Because when I tell you I have it all, if you backtrack to my Instagram or look at my pictures, people are like, how the hell were you hanging out with Robin Williams? What are you doing with Robert De Niro? What are you doing? Like, wait, one more. Look at this one. Don't laugh. Don't hate me, but this is very old. Wait a minute.
Oh.
You know what? I should have knocked him out then, right?
Now that was when everybody wanted to be his friend. Like
that's when he was lovely.
He was in Bobby Brown's video on Our Own, so I get it.
I mean, I've come across so many people in the music industry and this type of entertainment. It's been a blessing, like I said. But
how did you get into the industry? Let's take it all the way back. Like, how did you get? Because you said you went to school for cosmetology,
right?
Dancing. Talk to me.
How does that? Right? How did I even get into it? So first of all, I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn.
What
part?
From Flatbush.
I was from Flatbush, and then I live in Canarsie.
Yeah, so I'm from Flatbush, New York, and raised by a single mother, and my grandmother, she helped raise me as well. My mother was from Costa Rica, so she had a very strong Spanish accent. So sometimes when I speak, people say, wow, you have an accent. I think from listening to my mother speak, and my dad, he was Trinidadian. So the Caribbean and the Spanish, and it was so funny because they both couldn't really communicate well because my mother didn't speak good English. So I always laugh at myself because I said, I speak Spanglish because they messed me up. So raised in Brooklyn, and I was going to high school. I mean, actually junior high school. I must have been, what, 13, 14, maybe 15 around
only
that
2
time.
years ago. You can remember that. It was only 2 years ago.
Shut up. I love you for that. Mwah. So I remember doing, back in the day, we used to do school talent shows. I don't know if you did that in your school, in high school or things like that. But when I was growing up, we had school talent shows, and you could either sing a song, do a dance performance. And I remember doing a dance performance with 3 of my girlfriends. So it was like 4 of us. We did a talent show. And I remember I think we were dressed up very like Salt and Pepper. So we must have been doing something from Salt and Pepper days, because I had the short little thing, whatever. So I always loved dance. That was my profession right there. When it came to talent shows, we're going to dance. And I remember this one performance. You know Roxanne, Shante, you've heard of her?
Yes.
I hope so. Okay. So her DJ happened to be at my school for I guess the day we had the big performances, and the parents were there and everything. He was there because his girlfriend, I guess, went to that school. So here we are dancing on stage, doing this routine. And he was like, yo, y'all are dope. We about to do the Apollo Theater with Roxanne Shante. You think you could do a routine for her? And I was like, yeah, we'll just do the same routine to her song, right? So that's how I first got into the business. And then that day at the Apollo Theater, you know, everything's all about networking in this world.
Yes.
Okay, so that day I met, I think LL Cool J's people were there. He was performing at the Apollo as well. And then his people were trying to holler at my people, my girlfriends. You know, we all cute and young. And now I'm like a good 16, 17, by the way. And yeah, no underage shit going on over here. But anyway, we were of age, and they were talking about coming to the studio. They was like, yo, LL's about to, you know, do his single, one of his songs. Y'all should come to the studio and let us know what you think. And I was like, let's go. So we go down there, and honey, he starts playing Jiggling Baby. It's going dun, 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 dun. You're jiggling, baby. Go ahead. You know the door knockers. So I just started doing this little dance move on the sideline. Mind you, he is behind one of those screen mirrors that you can't see the person. So I'm new to this. I'm a little young girl, so I don't know that that's a studio secret mirror. So he's watching me dance, and I'm just going hard like a fool, because it's just me and my girlfriends and maybe his security people, whatever. Right. LL comes out that room, and he's like, yo, what you just do that move again? And I'm like, oh, I'm over here starstruck, like, oh my God, how are you? Nice to meet you, you know? So I do this move, and he's like, yo, I'm shooting a video for Jiggling Babies. I want you to come down to the audition and da-da-da. So I go down to the audition, and I got into the video. Great experience. I loved it. I was hooked. And I was still in high school now. I'm in high school now. And I remember telling my friends from school that, yo, I did a video with with LL Cool J. And, you know, of course, it didn't come out yet because it takes weeks for them to edit it and put it out. So nobody believed me at school. They were like, whatever. So then, of course, the video comes out, and it's right when it's graduation time for me to leave the school. So I kind of left right at the time where the video came out. And at that point, he said, I'm going on tour. Would you like to go on tour? And I was like, yes. I don't know what that is, but I was like, yes, I'm going. I told my mom, and she was like, yes, baby, you can go. Go ahead. So that's how I got in. It, literally just from shooting a music video. It was so random the way he picked me. And I remember when he was auditioning dancers for the tour, and he tells me, yo, you should go down to the auditions and pick out who you think can fuck with you. Like, that's how he said it. I'm sorry to curse, but he's like, pick out people that can fuck with you. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do fuck with me. Oh, okay. Honey, I went down there to the audition, and they had the table set up very like what Simon Cowell and Paul Abdul, what's that show?
American Idol.
Yeah, you're sitting on panels like that. It was very that. And people would come in and start dancing. And these girls were dancing their asses off. I think LL was running late or something, so he wasn't really there for the beginning process of the auditioning and picking up people. When I tell you, I was grateful that he wasn't there, because he would have sent my ass back home. These kids were lifting their legs, popping on the floor. Have you seen that Missy Elliott video, Cool Off?
Yes. Them
kids were dancing like that, like, doo, bah, doo, doo, bah. And I was just like, she can fuck with me. Yeah, she's good.
Your Mecca sister wanted us to know, what move did you show LL Cool J that made it?
I'm gonna put you guys on. I'm gonna put you guys on the stand so I can dance in the background. You might not hear me because it kind of blocks my thing, but I'll show you the move since you asked.
Yes, she's gonna do the move. I ain't, cause we jiggling, baby. Go ahead, daddy. We jiggling, baby. Go ahead, daddy. We're jiggling, baby. Go ahead, daddy. We're jiggling, baby. Go ahead, daddy. I try to match the song with your dance move. So
you are the best. I just put music on, but you were better than that.
Thank you.
So that was the move I did. Thanks, whoever asked that question. I'm gonna kill y'all.
You know who it was. Your Long Island sister in Georgia.
Of course, Miss Carolyn Brown.
Yes.
Now I'm tired, Carolyn. Stop messing with me. Hey, Afro.
Hi, Afro. So you literally, it was just circumstances. Like you were just in school, you did a talent show, you met Roxanne Shantae's people, you randomly started dancing, you met my crush, LL Cool J, and then you went on tour. So
okay,
now,
so this is the thing, right? So when you go on tour, this is what I was gonna say. Once you go on tour, we were touring with other artists. So it would be LL, NWA, Big Daddy Kane, Hammer, MC Hammer. I don't know if you poor thing, you probably never got a chance to see an MC Hammer concert. Let me tell you something about them dancers, okay? They are the truth. They dance like the way Missy's dancers are dancing in Cool Off, straight, 10 songs straight, like, because Hammer's music was so high energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think at the end of my career, I started dancing with Whitney, and it was nice to dance for her because we didn't have to dance as hard as we did with Bobby Brown. Like, Bobby used to drive us nuts a little bit because he would just change shit up, just random on stage, depending on the crowd. If he is feeling them, he'll be like, tell me why. And we're like, oh shit, this is like the 10th time. Tell me why. And we used to be like, if Bobby does not shut this song down already, you know, so working with Whitney was awesome because we just kept it really sexy because we wanted her to be able to join in and dance with us. I couldn't stand watching Whitney trying to dance back in the 80s with, I guess, some other dancers back in the day. They was trying to make her look, she looked so cornball. I said, no wonder poor Whitney, people used to give her a bad rap. You're like, she's not a dancer.
They call her Whitey, I think.
Don't do that to Whitney. Just you do the little moves in the background and then let her have something she could chime into, you know? So we were lucky that, you know, working with Whitney was great because we didn't have to do splits and kicks and all that nonsense. But that is one thing I could say that I loved about working with them.
You did not talk about Michael Jackson. FYI, if y'all have not known, it's her and a few people on here that is in the classic Remember the Times. To this day, I can't do that routine.
Girl, don't ask me either because I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
She acts like it was a long time ago. Don't let her fool you. That was just like 5 years ago. Like, she acts like...
Here she goes again. Well, okay, so the Michael Jackson video. Okay, girls, if you're back there and you remember the story, you gotta, you know, chime in. But I remember they were having auditions in California. And I was like, oh my God, there's no chance we're gonna get in this video. We live in New York. You know, we don't, you know, I know that Shane and Salima knew Fatima. They were friends from, I guess, working from something else. But Fatima didn't know me or Carolyn. So I think she was like, they got an audition. 1992, that's when it happened. Okay.
Wow.
So you know that was a long time ago. So so we didn't know Fatima. So we had to audition like everybody else. You know how you think, oh, just because you know somebody that knows somebody, you're just going to get the job. It didn't work that way. She don't know us from a can of paint. We are not going to make her look bad. So if you want to be in this shit, you better dance hard like everybody else. So we did our thing. And I mean, we were pretty popular anyway because we did the Mary J. Blige video, whatever. So she knew of us, but she you know, whatever. Right. So we get out there, we audition, we get the job. All right. Okay. We're so excited. And I remember when we had rehearsals, Michael wasn't there for the rehearsals in the beginning. So I remember when I was learning the routine and dancing, I remember always trying to look behind my shoulder like, is he here yet? Is Michael here yet? Okay. Did Michael just come in? If somebody happened to just laugh, I'm like, oh, is he here? Is he here? So finally, when we had rehearsal, Michael came in and he was just quiet and shy. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Nice to meet you. And that was just at rehearsal. But then when it came to dress rehearsal, this man came in and we were all starstruck. I mean, quiet, because now he's in his whole gold outfit, done up, ready to go. And when you start the dance segment, he starts a cappella first. Do you remember, girl, on the phone, you and me? So we all are supposed to just stand real still, just boom, wait for that call. So they give you a little beat like boop, 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 boom, and then we have to like hit that first move. Girl, he was so good when he did the acapella part that I forgot the damn routine. I just started dancing, trying to catch up with everybody. And I said, oh my God, they're going to say cut, but they probably didn't cut because Michael was killing it. It was his first time, you know, doing it together with the whole crew and dancing. So that experience will go down in history for me as like the best video of all time, all Black cast. Like, if that's not Black royalty right there, I don't know what it is. But
you had the late John Singleton, Iman, Eddie Murphy, Magic,
rest in peace.
That
First
evil
of all,
guy.
Rest in peace to John Singleton, first of all. And just for the vision that he had. That man was a genius. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we had Magic Johnson in there, Eddie Murphy. Like, when I tell you, that was just Black royalty, Black excellence, all rolled up together. Like, I mean, I'm so grateful that I was chosen and I was in there. I gotta tell you.
How was the response when people saw you,
well,
girls,
this is the thing.
The Mecca girls?
Well, this is the thing that makes me laugh. Do you remember when videos were coming out? It was like a countdown.
Yeah.
The premiere to the Michael Jackson. It'll be in 4 more days. It was like this. So my family was like, oh no, we're going to be together. Let's get some popcorn. And we don't know what's going to happen if we're going to get a close-up. We don't know what scene we're going to be in. We don't know because everything's chopped up. Everything's taped separately. Like that scene with Eddie Murphy and Iman, they did that on another time. So I wasn't sitting there watching what they were doing. We only were there for our piece. So to sit and watch that come out with everyone else, talk about, I had to, Tito pass me the tissue, okay? Because it was just...
Tito pass me the tissue. I'm sorry, Eddie Murphy.
I'm about to cry. So, yeah, so I watched it with my family, my mom, my grandma, my aunts, my cousins. We sat there, and when that video came out, it was, I don't know, was it like 9 minutes long, that video? I felt like it was 4 to 9 minutes long. And I got that close, and I'm just going in a circle. They got me so many times. My family, they were so proud of me. You just can't make this shit up. Sometimes, and I know I take a lot of pictures and I'm always videotaping. I was like probably getting on people's nerves, but if I told somebody today what I've done in the past, you wouldn't believe me. You just wouldn't believe me. So that was what it was like to watch that video together with family and friends. It was just, I did that.
That's
for the culture.
Because you're from a Caribbean and Central American background, so you know our culture don't really promote dancing. You have to be a doctor, nurse. So the fact that I'm pretty sure I don't know if you had flack, but for them to be like, oh my God, she was with Michael Jackson. Ay, Dios mío. Oh my goodness.
You better go ahead with that Spanish. Ay, Dios mío. Exactly what my family said. And I have family in Costa Rica still. I mean, I wish we had social media the way we did back then, because boy, let me tell you something. You know, if this existed in the 90s, we would probably be rich today.
Yeah.
Because, honey, these kids are monopolizing off of IG now and Facebook. And this is how we're all making money now, so on social media. I'm still trying to figure out how to make money out of my damn pictures in my life, child.
Somebody said earlier you should do include it in a documentary because you got footage.
I have footage. I have receipts, like Eddie Morales dancer says, receipts and jewels. I got it. I got the receipts, you know? So yeah, that's gonna be my next thing. I'm a procrastinator, and I hate that about myself. I feel like I have ADD sometimes. Like, you know, when you're changing the channel, you just don't know what to watch. Then you go back. No, I want to watch. That's what goes on in my brain. It's like I feel like I'm always trying to do 5 million things instead of focusing on one thing. And this is worth it. This is worth it. I feel like trying to get this done is going to be worth it. I'm just trying to find someone to help me with the editing and pitching it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is incredible what I have. I have home videos with Whitney Houston. Like, you know, she took me on vacation with her. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because of Bobby Christina was an only child. And I have an only child right now. And I wish I had another kid now going through this quarantine. She's you know, I try to have fun with my daughter. I'm a fun mom and we have a good time, but she want to be around people her age.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So back then, Whitney was like, who can I call that will have fun with Bobby Christina and act like an adult and be responsible, but have fun with my daughter? And it was like, ding, ding, Merylin. So I was
How
able
was
to
Whitney?
go, oh my God, I was able to go to Mauritius Island. Now that's off of the Indian Ocean in Africa, okay? And it was incredible. So this is after we did our little tours or whatever. She wanted to go on vacation, and I guess her and Bobby went out there for like a week. They loved it so much that they wanted to extend their stay, but they didn't want to leave their daughter because they were missing her. So that's how I got to go out there. So I went out there on vacation with them, and when I tell you, it was just, I was so blessed to witness them in their element, like no one bothering them. They didn't have a whole crew of people there with them. They just had like 2 security, and there was 1 security with his wife. So that was perfect because his wife was a security person as well, and she got to bring her little baby. So it was just like literally Bobby, Whitney, security. I think Sylvia, her assistant, was there, myself, and Bobby Christina.
Wow.
And I think Whitney really enjoyed herself on that particular vacation because it was just peaceful for her. I remember, you know, when you dress up at night and you get ready to do dinner at the restaurants at the hotel, they had like a live band there, and they started playing one of Bobby Brown's songs. Mind you, they don't know that he's there, that they were staying there. Do you know that Bobby Brown got on that stage and performed, and me and Whitney were dancing like his backup dancers in the crowd with everybody? I have that on tape. I have shit no one has ever seen. I have it on tape. And when I tell you, that's what I want to show Whitney. I feel like we've seen enough. We've seen her downfall. We know what happened to Whitney. Now let's talk about the positive shit she's done. Let's talk about the doors that she's opened for female artists. That's what I want to bring to the table. So if somebody want to see this on TV, contact your friend, that person that knows, whoever knows that person in the higher ups, Netflix or HBO. Y'all want to see that about Whitney? You want to see some positive shit on Bobby Brown and P. Diddy, all that? I got it. I got it on tape. I'm not here to exploit people. We already know their downfalls. I want to show the greatness of Black people and what we've done. Okay?
And you were there. Like
and I was there.
You were one of the few that was like actually behind the scenes, because it's like, again, we already know possibly what happened. And there's so many people. Unfortunately, she can't really tell her story, but you were probably one of the closest thing story-wise. Yeah. And I mean, to the point that you can tell she made an impact. You have a seat of her in your, right now, like the seat of her. And I don't know, it's just, I wish I had the chance to meet her. She just seemed like she was amazing, and she was just down to earth.
She was so amazing, and she was so nice to people. She was so kind. But I think that she definitely loved her space too, as well. I remember when we were on tour in Europe, and I know you wanted me to tell you a fun fact about Whitney. When we were on tour and we had days off, she used to have box braids under her wig sometimes so that she could take off the wig and just be regular. She used to wear a blazer, some jeans, and her Converse. That was her getup. And Mecca, the dancers, when we were out there, we used to go to the damn mall all the time. I said, God, what were we thinking? We should have been sightseeing, going to the monuments and going to this. Here we are, like, where's H&M? Back in the day, it was called Hennis and Moritz. It was called Hennis and Moritz, okay, H&M. And I remember we were like, where's the mall? We're going to go to H&M, right? Hennis and Moritz? Let's go there. We kept going. So Whitney was like, can I go with y'all? We were like, oh, okay. So we let her go to the mall with us. But of course, she wants to stop at the damn high-end stores. Gucci, Prada, da-da-da-da. So we go with her. It was such a circus going with her because we didn't, you know, you have a whole security people. Once people see security, they know there's a celebrity. They know there's a celebrity around. So it's Germany. Carolyn said Germany, exactly. H&M in Germany. But once they see her with the entourage, it's like, who can shop in peace? This woman wanted just have a day off and just relax. So we were with her and we'd be like this, like, all right, we gotta wait for these fans to get like 5 million autographs and da-da-da. So we used to try to sneak and go to the mall without her because we were like, we just want to go to little peep stores and do our thing. But it just broke my heart that she couldn't do normal shit that we get to do. I don't, you take that for granted sometimes, how lucky we can just go and throw on a hat and go to the Target or whatever. Whitney couldn't do that. Like, she was captive in her own house. Like she was, you know, it was just like so sad to see her live like that. But other than that, I just know that she was a kind person. She treated us with respect. And I think she was like that because she's a woman. You know, when I toured with Jodeci and Keith Sweat, we all had to share a room with each other. Myself and Carolyn had to share a room. I'm like, sometimes we get on each other's nerve. Or if I'm PMSing, I don't want to see you. You know what I'm saying?
Or if you want to do it over, or whoever you like, you know.
Well, working with Whitney, we all got our own rooms. We all stayed at her same hotel, 5-star hotels. She flew me business class or first class. Whatever it was, we did. She gave us the best. And there's no artist. I don't know any artist doing that. I mean, maybe they're doing it today. People like Missy or whoever has the budget for it. But back then, she treated us like we were stars as well. You know? So
that's and if you guys watch the South African special that Whitney Houston had, she calls everybody, like she calls out her dancers.
Who does that? Who does that? You know, not everybody used to do that. You know, that's why I feel like the dancing world today and back in the day is different. Like people knew us by our name. I remember backstage, people were holding up, hey, Marvelous Marvin. That is the man in Atlanta, Marvelous. He managed Keith Sweat and New Edition's career and everything. He's online right now. Hey, Marvin. But anyway, what was I saying so I don't forget?
You was talking about how like the dancers are not the same now like they were back then.
Right. So like I remember backstage, people had signs with our names. Hey, Merylin, my favorite, or Carolyn, or whatever, and they would have a Mecca sign. There's a friend of ours now. His name is James. Now I'm trying to forget I can't remember his last name, but James used to go to different concerts of ours. And we said, like, don't that look like that guy from New York? We're in Philly. And we'd be like, wasn't that? No, maybe that's not him. And then he'll pull up the sign, Mecca, I love you. I'm like, oh my God, that's that guy, James. Now he's like our best friend. He comes to every birthday party of mine. He's been a fan of Mecca, I would say 20 years. So,
is that the one that did the party for you guys in Atlanta?
No, that's another young lady. She was another fan. Her name was Kimberly. She honored Mecca maybe 2 years ago. Let me grab the plaque that she made for us.
This is a walking tour.
People remembered us, you know. They were just like, oh, look at this. She gave us this plaque right here. And it says, honoring 90s dance legends, Mecca, Merylin Mitchell. And it's KSM Films, LLC, May 5th, 2018. Oh my God, we're coming up May 5th. So that's going to be 2 years ago, right?
Now, you got to talk. You've been saying Mecca. How did you get into Mecca? How was Mecca formed? Because I see your beautiful Mecca sister, Carolyn.
Yeah. Oh, Mecca. We so, you know, when we were on tour, Bobby used to be like, you're going to be my group. Y'all going to be my group. Y'all got to come up with a name, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, okay. So we probably were looking in the dictionary. And I think we looked up Mecca. And it said, like, I think it's like the holiest place in Saudi Arabia. And it says, it meant a place that attracts people. And I was like, that's us. We attract people. Oh my God, let's do that. So that's how Mecca was formed, how we became a group. And we didn't use 2 C's. I think we used 1 C. So it was MECA. And it's like 4 of us in the group. So we just, you know, Mecca's 4 letters. So we just took off the C, 1 C. And so, yeah, Bobby used to joke around saying that we were going to be his girl group or whatever. You know, back in the days, SWV, TLC. And we were like, we're going to be different because we could dance. But we really can't sing, actually. Not me. I know I'm not a singer, but back then you can get away with that shit, you know? We just put some little keyboards on this and this and that, and you could sound great. And so then when Bobby and Whitney kind of got married, you know, they got married, Whitney was like, well, I'm taking the girls on tour with me. So she called us Mecca all the time. And I remember one time she had a record label, Nippy Inc. And she was like, I'm going to sign y'all, right? So Whitney was like, all right, sing this part. And then Carolyn, you do. And Shane, you go. Right? So we're like, oh, okay. And she's like, okay, now go together. She was like, maybe I should have taught this. Like Whitney was hilarious. She used to try to help us sing and coordinate and get it together. And then things kind of fell apart with that. But I mean, how lucky we were for her to think that we were good enough to be a group. It was awesome. And she ended up signing a girl group called Sunday. I don't think they got anywhere because things fell apart with her record label. But that's how Mecca became. It was just, we all thought we were going to be a girl group. We nearly actually signed to a group, Uptown Records, with Andre Harrell, actually. Eddie F., I think he saw us as like, y'all are just killing the game. Y'all are in Mary J's video. You're in
Name
Michael
them.
Jackson video. You work with Jodeci on tour, LL Cool J. Like, y'all need to be a group. I remember Eddie F. said that about us. And so, yeah, we almost got signed, to be honest. I forgot about that. We were almost signed to Uptown Records, where artists like Jodeci was discovered, Mary J. Blige was discovered, Father MC was discovered, Heavy D. Like, that right there was like, all they were missing was Mecca, right?
So
they needed us.
Talking about Whitney real quick, I when I was doing some little research on your Instagram page, you did mention that we need to mention more positive things about her, but you feel like Robyn's book, Robyn Crawford,
yes,
probably would have been the most, more accurate as far as like really telling her. Do you think her book is telling like more of an accurate? Oh, you got the book, so you know.
Oh yeah. This book right here, it made me cry. It made me cry because just when you think you know Whitney, that woman knew Whitney. You want to have a best friend, that's the friend you want. And if anybody ever talk dirty about Robyn, I lose my shit, because I'm like, that woman right there, I saw the sisterhood. I don't care about all the other shit that people thought. And we all experience shit as young kids. Maybe we already know Robyn's gay. Great. So maybe Whitney dabbled. Maybe she thought, oh, she's cute. She's my best friend. I confide in her. Maybe they had a moment. But when you get older and you decide you want different things for your life, you move on, which is what happened. Mm-hmm. She wanted to have a family. She wanted to have a husband. And Robyn respected that. And Robyn was still professional and still looking out for Whitney's best interest. I remember when people were pushing for Whitney to do like a wake up at 3 a.m. just to benefit the other person, because they wake in their country, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Robyn be like, no, she needs her rest because she has a concert tomorrow. So we'll pre-tape it and you air it when you want. But we're not going to be waking Whitney up at 3 a.m. She needs to rest her vocals. Or, you wasn't going to overwork Whitney when Robyn was around. And I know that because I saw it. I saw it for myself. And Sylvia as well. Sylvia was Whitney's personal assistant, but she was more than that to her. She cared for her and she took great care of her. I mean, she made sure that she ate. These people, we moving so much that you kind of almost forget to eat. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So those people that were with Whitney, the two people I know that had her back was Robyn Crawford and Sylvia Behar. They had her back.
4 more ladies. You forgot 4 more ladies.
Girl, you already know. I was just about to say we had her back as well, as much as we could, because you can't overpower her family. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes family is not the best thing for you around you. Let them. I wish her family had their own careers, because I felt like she felt so much pressure trying to provide for all of them. Because if she's not on tour, they not working. When she wasn't on tour, Mecca was good, because we just get on the next video, get on the next tour, whatever. Do something else with yourself. But Whitney was just so overwhelmed with providing for so many people. That's my belief. And that's,
she was like MC Hammer in a sense. Like how MC Hammer took care of everybody.
He took people out of the hood. He took people out of the hood, took them out of bad situations, and gave them an opportunity that they would have never imagined for themselves. And so for Whitney, it's like, you would think, if I'm going on tour, who's better to have around you better than your family? You would think that. But sometimes it's not the best thing to do, because you just never know everybody's intentions, or if they're jealous, or if they wish they had your life, or you don't know. I feel like if I had family members that majored in, okay, you're a lighting person, okay, you know how to do this. If you benefit me on the tour, then you coming on tour. If you don't have any skills, sit your ass at home and take care of my house.
You need to sit down somewhere.
Sit down in the back. Okay? So that's what I felt bad for her. And Robyn things, Robyn did the best she could, but it's a fighting battle when you have family versus her best friend, and they so concerned about her fucking sexuality and her lifestyle. I was like, how about if y'all would have just let that woman do her thing? I don't know. I hate to say shoulda, coulda, woulda. I swear Whitney would still be alive and well. That's just me.
I believe it, because even when I watch clips, I mean, way from the outsider in, right? Um, from when I see clips and just the happiness, even her smile was a little different. Even
Yep.
just her persona was just a little different. Even from the Bobby Brown screening, the books and everything, the commonality was Robyn played a key role, and without her, it really took an effect on her.
Absolutely took effect on her. You could tell everything about Whitney changed. Like, you didn't know what kind of mood she was gonna be in. And like Bobby and Whitney, God bless them. They're cute. They were cute when they were cute, when they were good and sober. But God damn it, when they were fucked up, it was almost pure comedy for us. Like, we all can laugh about it today. And I love Bobby. They all make their mistakes. Everybody makes their mistakes. We're all human.
But I feel like
But
as Black people that we tend to hone in more, like, oh, because they're Black, we can't make no mistakes. And at the time, that was like our, if you want to look at wealth, we looked at them. So we had this level of perfection.
they were our Beyonce and Jay-Z for us. They were the king and queen, R&B queen, king, and she was the pop queen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when they were in a good place, they were great. They loved each other. You could see the love, and they try to have fun with each other. But I felt like a little bit Bobby was a little intimidated by Robyn, by their friendship. And maybe because he knew their history, it affected him a little bit. But what he needed to do was just be secure with himself and know
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes Whitney needs her girlfriend. And when I say her girlfriend, your bestie. That Gail Oprah type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's okay. Don't try to fucking compete with Robyn. She's known that woman since she was 14. You understand?
You can't compare to that. Like,
Don't compare it. Don't friggin' compare it. Let her have her girlfriend when she needs to fucking talk about your monkey ass, the shit you doing. She needs somebody to talk to. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? So, and I remember on tour when them two used to fight. She go this way, come crying to us, and like this, and he did this. I'm like, what did he do? Oh my God. One time they were arguing, and we're all in our pajamas in the room with Whitney, drinking some cocktails at night, and we just telling stories. He come bursting in the room. Yo, I'm out of here. I'm going back home. I'm going back to the States. And we were in Europe, and he's like, he's going back, and she's like, all right, well, bye. Whitney was so good. She was so fierce. When she was gangster with her shit,
She's from Newark.
That's what I was just about to say. When that Newark came out, she was on fire. She was like this, you want to go, then go. And we were like, ooh, we were just staying quiet. And Bobby said, y'all coming too. He said, Mecca. He said, y'all coming too. We were like, oh, no, he didn't. We are, And Whitney was like, y'all want to go? Y'all could go. And I was like, we look like their children. Like, are you going to go with mommy? Or are you going to go with daddy? Who you going to go with? Whitney said, who brought you on this tour? We were like, you do. She said, who pays you? We were like, you do. She said, well, no, yeah, you do. And then she says, so do what you want with that. That's what she said. So do what you want with that. And we were like, bye, Bobby.
That wasn't even a competition. Like, she played the Black mama. Who did this?
They were our parents. Bobby and Whitney were our parents, and they made us choose all the time. But when we were on tour with Whitney, flying first class, getting our own room, getting paid the money we were getting paid back then, we were like, bye. We want me pack your shit. Like, the two of them. If Bobby heard this story right now, he'd be crying because he already know that day was hilarious. But yeah, they always had love for each other and respect for one another. And I just think that especially when Bobby went to jail, I think for child support or some nonsense, he cleaned up. He cleaned up really well. And I know that he wanted to make a change in his life. And I think Whitney was still, struggling with her demons. And when you hang out with the wrong people that are doing the same shit, you can't change. You can't fix yourself. So I remember when Bobby came out, he had the beanie thing on his head. I don't know if he was turning into Islam or what, but he was looking all changed up, like a changed man. And I remember Whitney jumping over him, wrapping her legs around him. And I was like, Carolyn, don't be telling everybody how much we made. Look at her telling everybody how much we made.
No, that's goals, because I didn't even be making that kind of money. True.
Yeah, it was a blessing. It was a blessing, that kind of money. We missed it like a mug. But anyway, where Whitney wrapped her legs around Bobby, I remember this story. They did it in one of these documentaries on Lifetime. And I think I could see it in Bobby's face that day when she jumped on him, that he was like, I don't want to do the drugs anymore. I don't want to drink. I used to feel bad when people used to blame him for his, for her drug abuse, and it wasn't him. And if you see any documentary or you read any book, you know the truth where it started, and it started from her brother, her family.
Yeah, and the brother even confessed that.
I know he did. So Bobby used to get a bad rap back in the day, and I hated seeing, like, when camera crews. And this is one thing I don't like about the media. They are so sneaky with how they edit shit. Like, if we're on tour, one thing Bobby and Whitney always said to each other: if you're hot, you go on tour and I won't work, so that I could be there to support you. And then when Whitney got pregnant, she came on a tour with him. But then when she had the baby and everything, now she was going on the road, Bobby was there to help take care of the baby and support her. Well, honey, when we would leave the show and there'd be Bobby, Mr. Houston, calling him Mr. Houston, or saying some negative shit to him, all you see, you don't hear what they said to him. All you see is his reaction when he flips the fuck out, because you're being disrespectful. Saying, how does it feel to have your wife support you? Then they put the mic and then he's flipping. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he had a drink or two or three or four, you're going to get what you get. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know that shit. It's like, don't always believe everything you see on TV. They're going to edit it to sensationalize it and to make it sell or to get people on TV. They're going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I used to always defend Bobby. Yeah, he's no angel. We know that. But he definitely was a good man. That man has 7 sisters and brothers. I mean, 7 sisters. So you already know, if you raised with 7 sisters, you're not about to act no damn fool like that. They will pop his ass on his head all the time. So he knows how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? But he used to get such a bad rap, and I think it just started making him resent her. You remember when Whitney would get an award? Take the damn award and appreciate it and thank the people. She over here busy. The king of R&B, Bobby Brown, my husband's in there, my husband, I'm king of R&B. I used to be like, Whitney, take your award and be grateful. Don't try to make him feel better because he's in his feelings right now because people are making him feel less than. Bobby Brown is the most gifted, talented R&B artist that ever lived and walked this motherfucking earth. And I wish he knew that and owned it. But he let the media get in his head and mess up their relationship in that aspect. I felt like her success was pissing him off a little bit.
I can see that. I can only imagine that.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you. So you had such a great run, LL Cool J, Keith Sweat, Jodeci. What made you step back from the dancing industry?
My bad knees, girl. My bad knees. No, to be honest, I just wanted to have a family and settle down. And I felt like being on tour, you can't do that shit. You know, you're on tour with this person and that person. Where you live? In San Francisco? Oh, no, I can't be with you, son. That's too far. Where you living? In Minnesota? Oh, no, it's too cold out there. You know, like, it's like it's been so much you could do when you're on tour. Like, I literally lived out of my suitcase for 10 years straight. 10 years straight. I started in 1990. My very first tour was LL Cool J. So, of course, I was telling you, you meet different artists on the tours. You meet different artists. Oh, we're going on tour next year. You want to come with us? So it was like that. So from Jodeci to Keith Sweat.
Mary J?
No, I didn't tour with Mary. So yeah, it went from Jodeci to Keith Sweat to Bobby Brown and then to Whitney. Those 4 artists took up 10 years of my life.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful that I was young, I was single, and I had no damn responsibilities. And this is what I try to tell the kids out there. Y'all think having a baby is cute? That shit ain't cute. You got so much to see first. Go see the world. Go find out who the hell you are first. Because who I was when in 1990 is not who Merylin is today in 2020. I am a different person. I'm a different woman. I'm mature. There's different things I want out of life. When you're young, you just all over the place. So how you gonna have a baby at such a young age? Like,
and your significant other is growing too. So like whoever you like, how they are years ago, they're not going to be the same now. Like, figure out who you are first. And
figure out who you are. Figure out who you are, because I feel like a damn hairstylist / therapist. Every time somebody sit in my chair, they tell me about their young age. Oh, I've been with my husband since I was 17. I'd be like, ooh, child, not me. I mean, bless your heart.
It sounded cute.
I'm glad you found your soulmate, but now you sitting in my chair complaining about that motherfucker because y'all not the same. You're not at the same head place. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I was grateful that I was young, single, and my mother put that in my head. She was like, "Don't you get pregnant? Don't you go around having a boyfriend? Because when you go on the road, he gonna be calling you all salty." And she was right, because I had a boyfriend that was salty because I was on the road. And he's like, "See if you can get me a job and see if you could do this." I was just like, let me enjoy my little single self right now and go on the road. Like, I remember one of my girlfriends who was on tour. Her name was April. She had a son, you know, but she was older than me. I was the baby of the bunch. So she had a son, and I remember her crying on tour because she missed her baby so much. But she's busy providing on the road and seeing the world. But could I do that today with my daughter? Oh no. I don't think I could be on the road and have my kid at home missing me like that. Like, you miss out on so much. But, you know, I think for her it was worth it because she was able to give her kid the best education in school and the nicest clothes or whatever. You know, some things you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But for me, I'm so connected to my kid because I'm an only child myself. So I have my daughter in my 30s, and I think that's a great time to have kids. I mean, God bless you. You want to have a baby at 17. Go ahead. But I ain't babysitting. Okay. But for me, I was grateful that my mother was like, Merylin, live your life. Go out there and see the world and take lots of pictures for mommy. And I'm like, okay, mom. And my mom used to, people love my mom. Keith Sweat, everyone loved my mom so much. They let her come on tour, to be honest. They used to be like, we love your mother. Let her come on the road. My mother used to come to the road like for 10 days straight. She came to Hawaii with me anytime I had a fabulous place to go, she came because I had my own room. So I was like, Mom, you coming? Come on, Mom. My mom and I were like thick as thieves. She was my best friend. And so yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought about that.
Nah, you good. I wanted to talk about your daughter. Here's the one thing. If you go on Miss Merylin's page, at Miss Merylin, and thank you everybody for the compliments, by the way. And Miss Merylin, you're doing a great job. You know, in our conversations.
I'm such
girl,
public speaker. I hate speaking in public, so this is really therapeutic for me. I feel like it's a step up for me, and I'm finally facing my fears because I never wanted to do this. You know how long you've been trying to get me to do it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't want to sound stupid, but you know what? If Cardi B could do it,
we in school today. We in school. We taking notes.
Okay, good. I love you guys. Hi, Cass. I love you.
So no, but speaking about your daughter, like one thing I love about her is like how involved she is. I think I even came out to one of your events for your daughter just to show support. Like,
I remember that.
She
trying to keep her busy.
Yes.
Trying to keep her busy. I'm just trying to give my daughter the opportunity, you know, for things that I didn't have growing up. Like today they got dance class. They got fencing class, fencing.
Yep.
And where the hell? I wish I would have did that. I'd have been out of control, you know, like, please, I would have tried everything. So I'm just trying to give her options. See what it is that you like. Like, I feel like some people say to me, does she know what she wants to be? I'm like, no, she's 12. Like, she still has time. So I set her up in dance class. She was like, Now she likes to dance, but she want to dance like the way I dance. Like, she want to go to those schools where girls are like this. And where I live in my neighborhood, we don't have places like that. I mean, we have dance schools, don't get me wrong, but they're dancing like, 1, 2, 3, and 5 and 6. Like, come on, put some stank on it. I need to find a place where they can put some stank on it. My daughter wants to do that.
You might have to create a school and put some stank on it.
I ain't got that kind of patience. I wish I did. In my head, I'd be like, yes, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm like, nah, hell no. I get 3 kids together, I'll be like, I get frustrated that quick. But yeah, so I'm just, you know, she's in track. So anyway, she started out, my husband tried to put her in a karate class. Nope. I put her in cheerleading. Nope. I was like, first of all, I said to her, when she tried cheerleading with the little kids over here, I said, let me tell you something. You make sure I said, you make sure they're not throwing your ass up in the air because they're not going to catch you because you're an exotic, beautiful little girl. And they probably jealous. I used to say that to her. I'm terrible. But no, I always worry about my daughter because she's mixed. You know, her dad's Irish and I'm Black. And so I was just always worried about Kira. Like, I've always listened to people like Holly Berry and anyone who's mixed. They always say, they struggle. You don't fit in with the white girls because you're not like them, but you have that curly hair and that tan skin. But then the black girls think you too light skinned. And so you kind of in the losing battle when it comes to that. So, you know, I try to encourage her to own her beauty, love yourself, and be confident. Don't let nobody bring you down just because you're a beautiful person. And what makes her really beautiful to me is that she's beautiful on the inside. I don't like bratty ass kids. So people notice that my kid ain't hanging out with your kid. I'm talking about your kid. Your kid is fucking bad. I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so yeah, Kira's been trying different things, and the one thing that stuck with her was track. And she runs track for a team in South Orange. They're called the Jaguars, and they're phenomenal. They have a great track record. And the one thing, like, no, Kira's not the best. She hasn't gone to the finals and everything, but she's interested and she loves it. And the kids, the girls, when I tell you, they are the most supportive girls I've ever seen. Like, if she's down because she didn't make her number, she didn't qualify for something, they'd be like, listen, qualify for the next thing, for the 200 race, or qualify for the 400. You just need to be 1 minute and 31 seconds, Kira. We got you. And they're screaming on the sidelines. It's like brings tears to my eyes, because I'm like, why can't girls be like that? Just be supportive. Why are you so jealous? Just look out for one another, you know? Mm-hmm. So once I found that crew, and the moms, the moms, we all support each other. They call me, we Zoom, we working out in the mornings and the evenings. It's like, it's just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a camaraderie. Therapeutic. It's love. It's a sisterhood with this group. So that's something she enjoys doing. But when she was younger, yeah, she was like, I want to take care of animals, until she saw what the hell it really took. She was like, oh, never mind, I don't like that, Mom.
But that's a good thing that you're letting her explore, just like how your mom let you explore. It's like you're doing what was taught to you, and look what it did. Like, your mom let you do you, and you got to go with Michael Jackson, and she got to tour with you, and you're doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing, yeah. Can we first honor this woman's beauty real quick? Look at this all black excellence right here. Look at her.
Thank you, guys.
If y'all think, now y'all don't think this. Y'all know she beautiful. Put them hearts up for her. Put them hearts up. Look at all them hearts.
Let me get some hearts. Where hearts at?
There you go, see, with all them hearts.
Thank you. Hi, Whitney, the queen.
This is gorgeous right here. And as we're going through this
cousin.
Look at all that hearts. You stunning.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Anything else you want to know? We've been on here for an hour. I can't believe I was like, I'm only giving her 20 minutes because I am not doing this. And I'm like, oh, we're doing it.
One more thing. How you maintaining during this quarantine? Like DJ D Nice. It seems like everybody is concerned about new music, but as we see with old music with Teddy Riley and all that, we still breaking records.
Let me tell you something. God bless D Nice. Lord, that I didn't know how I was gonna make it, because at first I was still going to work, because my job was considered essential. We're working with the anchors and they have to report the news, so I was able to still go to work. So I was like, all right, I could do this. I just go to work at 5 a.m., get home by 11:30, and make lunch for my daughter. I think I could do this. But then, honey, when they said, okay, thank you for your services, we're gonna be working from home, now I gotta stay home, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I have shit to do. Like, trust me, I have my videos here that I need to go through. I said, I'm going to fix my closet and organize. I'm going to have the best organized. No, I went through I think I went through a little depression. Let me keep it real. I was going through depression. I had to celebrate my birthday at home. If anybody knows me, I go hard for my birthday. I have a party at my husband's club. My husband owns a club called Taj in the city, and another club called Katra, and a cafe. So I always celebrated at one of his clubs. And because of this shutdown, it shut shit down for real. And no, I wasn't sad because I was going to be home for my birthday. I was just sad because I was like, my poor kid, she's an only child. This is her fucking youth. This is how she got to live her life right now. Looking into a screen for hours. She was having headaches. And, the best thing was just making sure she ate well. I made her fabulous lunch all the time, and we got to sit together. But them teachers, I was like, God, we need to get this shit back open, because I can't do this shit all day. I feel like I'm cooking all damn day. I'm making breakfast.
Real quick, because we only got a few seconds left. Another thing you've been keeping yourself up is the Don't Rush Challenge. Talk about that, since we know that, old school's making a comeback. Talk about your Don't Rush
Oh,
challenge.
so back to this moment. It's like, you know, I'm watching the news and it started killing me. It was making me really depressed because I felt like we won't be back up and running for a while. So you know, I find myself on Instagram looking, and I saw some of the video vixens did a little Don't Rush challenge. And, you know, I'm like, that looks like a lot of work trying to edit it and put this. But I was like, where I'm going? I ain't got nowhere to go. So let me just do it. So I said, I'm going to call like 10 people. I'm going to call 10 dancers because, you know, if you do it any more than that, the video could be like 3-4 minutes long. So I said, I'm going to call 10 girls.